Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome. This is Thursday. This is Radio Works World, and it's me time. And oh my God, am I excited because tomorrow is International Me Time Day. And if you've been listening to our show every week, you must know exactly what's going on. So this is so exciting. And I've been spending all week talking to people, arranging things in London. There's going to be there are going to be events all around the world, in Cyprus, in South Africa, possibly in America, just everywhere, Australia as well, I think. It's going to be phenomenal. And tomorrow in London, I am hosting a Mastery Me Time Spa Day, which is going to be full of champagne and chocolates and luxury and mentoring. And it's going to be an awesome day. And I'm very, very excited about it because me time is all about you. It's not about me, it's about you, because it's all about you loving yourself, finding out who you are, where you are, and how you can be the best you can possibly be. And I've had a very interesting week this week, and I want to talk to you tonight about the words that we use. You've got to be very careful about the words you use. I was talking to a friend earlier on, and I was saying that it's very strange. I had been talking for the last maybe week, 10 days about some people in my life that had been irritating me. I had found them very irritating. And on Sunday, out at lunch with some friends, we were actually asked by the waitress, and I've never had this before. A waitress, she said to us, are you ladies allergic to anything? And we said, no. And I said, in fact, I think I can eat most things. Halfway through the meal, I put my hand on my forehead, as you do, and I suddenly said, oh my God. And all these red spots, like hives, had come out on my head. And I had obviously eaten something that I was allergic to, which was quite scary, to be honest with you, because it's never ever happened to me before. I had wasp bites in the sun and had various sort of allergic reactions in that respect, but never ever against food. And it was I swear to you, in 5 minutes, my head was a mass of these like red things. It was horrible. Anyway, so I went to a pharmacy and I got some antihistamine and various other things. But I was saying to this friend today, don't we have to be careful? Because now I'm itching, I'm scratching, I'm irritated by these spots. I mean, thankfully it's Thursday and it was like 4 days ago, so it's gone down a lot, and I'm very pleased to say that. But we do have to be very careful what we say about things, and that was a sharp lesson for me to learn. And so I want to talk about the words we use, how we say that somebody irritates us, or how they make us cross, or how, you say life couldn't get any worse, and then bugger me, it does. So you've got to be really careful what you say. And it's not just the words that we use about and to other people, it's the words we use to ourselves as well. And that, in a way, can be more damaging, can't it? If you say to yourself, if something happens and you go, oh, you're really stupid, it resonates, it hits inside. And then eventually, if you say it too often, what happens? What actually happens is that you find that one day you think of yourself as too stupid. You don't feel able to do all the things that you would really like to do because you don't have the confidence, the self-esteem. And that's what me time is about as well. It's about not just being good to yourself and taking yourself off to a spa for your birthday, which is what I'm doing tomorrow, or sharing your message with the world, which is what I'm doing right now. But what it also is about is the words we use, being good to yourself, respecting yourself, and loving yourself. by respecting yourself. So not being in a relationship that harms you, whether it's a romantic relationship, a work relationship, being away from toxic people, people who can drain you, people who can make you feel so bad about yourself. And in a way, even that's wrong, because nobody can make you feel anything. It's how you feel in a situation. Nobody makes you happy, nobody makes you sad. It's what you allow to happen. I've talked about this before. It's the victim mentality, isn't it? It's saying, you know, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy enough, I'm inferior, I'm not as bright as them, I'm not as clever, I'm too stupid, I'm too old, I'm too young, I'm too something. And so we put ourselves in a little box. And it's all the thoughts that we've had that put us in that box. I spent many years living in a box because of the dreadful thoughts I had about the world. And when I stepped out of the victim mentality, I stopped letting people do stuff to me, treating me badly. They didn't treat me badly. I allowed them to treat me the way they did. I didn't stand up for myself. I didn't look after myself. I didn't respect myself enough. And sometimes it's very difficult not doing that. Because if you're in a relationship, especially if you're in a marriage, a partnership, whatever, with somebody, and their very attitude drags you down, if they're negative or if they're unhappy, you know, we're only 100% responsible for ourselves, and let's face it, that's enough. But if you're 100% responsible for somebody else, no, I mean, you'll just explode. You have to say, you know, I'm 100% responsible for myself. I'm not responsible for you. I am not responsible for anybody else. You can't be. I mean, yes, you know, somebody will listen and they'll say, well, what about if you've got a baby? And, you know, that baby's, I'm responsible for that baby. I'm not talking about that sort of responsibility. I'm talking about as we grow up and we become responsible for other people's happiness. And even our, you know, our spouses, spice. I don't know what is the plural for spouse, spouses. Doesn't matter. You're not responsible for them. They're responsible for their own thoughts, because that's it. You see, your thoughts will, by their very nature, affect everything you do, everything you are. And if that is scary, that is really the truth. You are 100% responsible. If you look at your life, whether it's good, bad, indifferent, whatever's going on in your life, you are 100% responsible for that. And no excuses about, oh, well, you know, he did this to me and she did that to me, and all the other stuff that's going on in your life. No, you put yourself in those positions. You put yourself in that situation. You went for that job. You went into that relationship. And if it's turned out that way, if the work has turned out that way, if your children have turned out the way they have, then I hate to tell you, but you're responsible for some of that. You really are. And I think that's what happens with people. You get into a situation and it's too painful to admit. It's certainly too painful to get out of. So you stay there and compound it by staying there. And your thoughts are saying, oh, it's awful, it's terrible, I hate it, I don't want to be here, I'm not happy. What is happiness anyway? I don't know. I know what being at peace means. And that's what we should be striving for, not happiness, because happiness is fleeting and happiness doesn't come to us from the outside things. And that's the other problem. People think that if they get a new car, a new dress, a new pair of, I don't know, Manolo Blahnik shoes, if you get a £1,000 handbag, if you get, I don't know, the man, the girl, the job, the lifestyle, then everything would be wonderful. Well, I've got news for you. No, it wouldn't. You just have to watch, you know, the Real Housewives of somewhere or other. They're always bitching. They're always unhappy. Doesn't matter. They've got these huge, beautiful houses and they're so ungrateful. And that's it. Turn it on its head. Be grateful for what you've got. Be grateful for your house in the suburbs or your little apartment in town. And your little car and the people in your life. Be grateful for them every single day. Be grateful for the fact that the weather in the UK has been hot this week, which I've loved, incidentally. And be grateful for the people that you know, for the food that's on your table, that you can afford food, that you've got a job that pays the rent or the mortgage. Be grateful for those things. And then you'll be able to see that, you know what, life ain't so bad. Because once you change your thoughts, life changes. And it's like this little miracle. It's not a little miracle, it's a huge, enormous miracle. And I have no idea how it happens, no idea at all. But it does. Because your thoughts trigger your actions and your actions trigger your life. So if you're feeling good about yourself and you're eating the right food, for instance, and your health improves, aren't you going to feel better? Of course you are. And at that point, maybe you'll start attracting different people to you in your life. And people will look at you and go, oh, you know, like the Harry Met Sally thing. I want what she's having. Because you'll be exuding this zest for life, this je ne sais quoi that will make people go, wow, I want to be with that person. And then, you know, a year, 2 years down the line, you'll look around and you go, blimey, look how my life's changed. And it was all with little baby steps, little ideas, little things. But it all starts with me time. It all starts with loving yourself. It all starts with me time, which is an inside job. It all starts with saying and accepting responsibility. It's all part of that. Opening your eyes and being honest with yourself. There's no point lying to yourself, because in the end, we're all alone. We're all on our own. And you have to take charge. You have to look at what's going on. Don't beat yourself up, but be honest. And there's a difference. There's a very, very definite difference in that fine line, in being who you really are, in really looking at who you are. And once you start doing that, once you start looking at who you are and what you really want in your life, eating the food that you enjoy eating, not because you've got to cook a carb-rich, stodgy meal for somebody, or drink masses of alcohol because that's what they're doing, or I dread to think drugs and whatever else they might be doing, or just, you know, tuning into their negativity, or being in a job that you absolutely hate, that you can't bear when it comes around to Sunday because you're so miserable. You spend your life looking at the clock. That's nowhere to live. Off earning less money and being somewhere where you like, with people that you like. Life's too short for that. But you've got to accept responsibility. Sit down, write it down. Write down what you love to do. And it doesn't matter if somebody said to you when you were 5 or 10, oh, you can't do math or you can't draw. If that's really what you want to do it. Go to classes, learn a language, do something. Do something with your life that makes your heart sing, that makes you want to get up in the morning, that wants you to share share who you are, share your potential, your love for life, your feelings. And you know what? If you find it really difficult, but you so want to do that, you so want to get out of that stuck state, and I've been there and I know what it's like. And I'll be very, very, very honest with you. I only ever did it because somebody helped me. I had a mentor, a coach, who held my hand and who believed in me when I didn't believe in me. And trust me, there was a lot of those times. But you have to do it. You have to. Otherwise, what are you going to do for the rest of your life? Wake up one morning and there is no more life left. When you're sick and old and dying, and there's nobody around, or the people around you just don't like anymore. And you look back and you go, oh, if only I'd have done that, if only I'd have done this. Well, you've got the chance, you've got the opportunity. Do it before it's too late. Somebody said, and I think it was Richard Branson, said, jump from the plane and get your wings on the way down, or your parachute, or whatever. But it's true. Just do it. If that's what you want to do something. Be adventurous. Take a leap of faith. And it is a faith, and that's the thing. A leap of faith. And I'm not talking about religious faith. I'm talking about faith in yourself, that you are capable, that you deserve the most awesome, wonderful, amazing, fantastic life. But only you can give it to you. You can't wait for somebody to lead you by the hand and take you there. You might find somebody who'll join you, support you and love you while you're doing it, but only you can do it. Only you can do that. Only you can decide what's right for you and what's wrong for you, what makes you uncomfortable, what makes you feel good. Only you can do that. I can't sit here and say, oh, well, this is what you ought to be doing. This is what you should be doing. Should's a terrible word. It demands that you do stuff, and you do it kicking and screaming, and the results are rubbish. But if you do something because you choose to do it, there's a willingness, there's a love, there's a vibrancy, there's a life to it. Because you're doing it because it gives you joy and happiness. And through that, you can give joy and happiness to other people. And that's what Me Time's about. That's what it's all about. And as I do every week, I want to offer my awesome, if I say so myself, mentoring services to you. I will be there for you. I will hold your hand. I will believe in you when nobody else believes in you. I will keep pushing you because I am a very hard taskmaster. Ask any of my previous clients. Because that's the only way to do it. My mentor could be quite horrible to me sometimes. I mean, she didn't think she was being horrible, but I did. And it would upset me. But then I would realize she was doing it, as my mother used to say, for my own good. And I knuckle down and I do what I had to do so that I could move forward in my life. Because I tell you what, no matter how uncomfortable moving forward is, going back's even worse. And once you start the journey, it's so exciting because you realize it doesn't matter how scared you are. You can't go back. You can't become the person you were. You have to become this other person, the person you want to be, this person you dream of being, the I don't know, the dancer, the actress, the storyteller, whoever you want to be, the baker of cakes, the lover, it's fine. Be who you want to be. But you have to be that person first. You have to be it inside, and you have to want it so very badly. Because otherwise you're living half a life. And that's no good. No good at all. I want to extend my help and my hand to you, even through the medium of the internet, the World Wide Web, and say, come join me tomorrow, because tomorrow is International Me Time Day. Join me, do something awesome and wonderful for yourself tomorrow. Talk to some neighbours, talk to some friends, you know, have a tea party, go out for drinks with friends, do something, and let me know that you've done something. Just join us on International Me Time Day, because it's going to be an amazing day. It really is. It's going to be wonderful around the world, around the clock. But what I also want to do, if you're sitting there and you're struggling and life is not the way you'd planned, as John Lennon said, life is what happens when we're making other plans. And he was so right. And look at where he is now, poor man. And that's very ironic. So I want to say to you, if you need my help, if you're stuck, if you need to take action and you're so scared and things just aren't working out for you and you think I have no idea why, I want to help you move the blocks. I want to help you and hold your hand and shove you out there so that you can be the brightest star you could ever imagine, and possibly even brighter than that. I want to help you be all you can be, all you want to be, all you desire to be, all you know in your heart you can be. But you can't do it sitting at home watching EastEnders. You have to get up and you have to move. You have to move one step at a time. And I'll be there for you, I promise. Every single step of the way. I'm cheering you on as if you were running a race. Because although I don't know you, I know your struggles, because I've been there and worn so many t-shirts you wouldn't believe it. So I want you to go onto my website, www.adrianmarksmetime.com, all one word, adrianmarksmetime.com. And I want you to go onto that website, and I want you to see the Connect With Me Now, and connect with me now. And I'm here for you, and I will be here for you. And in the meantime, have a wonderful, wonderful day, whatever's left of your day, whether it's all day, whether it's half a day, whether it's an hour or two. I'm sending you lots of love, and please come join us tomorrow on International Me Time Day. I'm sending lots of love. Take care, and I'll speak to you next week. All my love. Bye-bye.